So are we all ready? I work for Alain Pinel. Alain Pinel was founded in 1990 by 3 men. And it's, strangely enough, the one that was named Alain Pinel thought that the idea of the brokerage would never work. So he has to be bought out, and he went back to France. I mean, so the current owner, Paul Hume, is I guess the last surviving original member, and he and his family run the brokerage, and it's the largest family-owned, we'll call it, brokerage in the Bay Area. And basically, you know, Alain Pinel is part of it's a boutique brokerage that's part of a nationwide and maybe considered even an international-wide consortium of boutique-type brokerages called Leading Edge Real Estate Companies of the World. And it allows us to have a network of over 700 premier real estate firms with 170 agents in, I think it's 32 or 38 countries around the world. And what this allows, you know, me personally to do is it allows, if I were to refer somebody out of my area, which is San Francisco, it allows me to drop a client into the top part of a brokerage as opposed to going through the front door and just taking any agent that happened to be available. And how this works, I had a friend of mine that was up by Davis, California, and he needed to sell his family ranch. And so I was able to refer him to a realtor up there she was president of the local board. She's a lifelong resident of the area. Her father knew my client's father. In fact, she had a casual acquaintance with my client. She not only knew the ranch land that was being sold, but she also knew the kind of dirt that they were going to be selling, what it's good for, how the drainage on that type of property worked. And so we're able to, you know, provide a much higher level of client service by accessing agents of this type. I had another agent that I was able to refer a client to when I had people move from Long Island out here. And the agent that we were able to refer them to had sold the houses on each side of his home and was well known in the neighborhood. We were able to close escrow on that property in 30 days. So, you know, and it provides us with, you know, it's an extremely nimble company and who recognized fairly early that everything's going to the internet. So I guess that's pretty, I guess you'd consider that not unusual, knowing that the company began in Silicon Valley. But their corporate vision from the beginning kind of emphasized technology. So they felt that they were very early, you know, what do you call it, user of the web by, they launched their company website in 1993, and they also had the early philosophy of putting a computer in every agent's desk. And they provide quite a bit of training in this area for us. I mean, some of this stuff, you know, might not seem too significant, but we get, you know, webinars and social media marketing, and there's, like I'm on their internet response team, there was additional training required to be part of that. And if we, you know, when we get a listing, we use agents, websites that are developed. We can access free agent websites that they provide for us. I personally don't use that, I have my own. But any property that we list has a property-specific website, and the syndication on these websites is fairly broad. So within 48 hours of taking a listing, I can put a property on, well, that conservatively it's 80, but actually I think it's more like 100 websites. And these types of websites also provide us, you know, a certain amount of information to be able to determine how our marketing is going. And so the client's question is, well, is any of this stuff that I'm actually going to end up paying for working toward getting my house sold? And we can show them pretty dramatically, you know, through numerics, you know, how we might want to adjust the marketing, or how we know that it's getting, you know, a certain amount of throughput to our audience. And San Francisco being a destination city, this is fairly important because we do get a lot, through Leading Edge Real Estate Companies of the World, you know, we do get a lot of people coming in from China, Canada, and Europe to buy properties here. So often these are first and second homes, or even investment properties. And so, you know, our fairly, I guess what you call it, intensive investment in the internet, pays off here. And so we end up being able to, we have property listings in 44 states, 21 countries, and our luxury portfolio website is translated into 9 languages and annually viewed by 1.2 million visitors a year from over 200 countries. So our reach is fairly strong, and that we feel gives us, I guess, a distinct market advantage. Once I began to work there, I found out that they also have a commitment to excellence to the types of agents that they not only recruit, but once they get their hands on you, they also encourage you, if you're going to participate with the brokerage in some of their marketing efforts, you have to receive additional training as well. So you get additional training, over and above your real estate license when you join the brokerage. Like, for instance, I had to take additional training to be part of their internet marketing team. I had to get additional training to handle relocation clients, and those are people that move from other parts of the country to San Francisco. I recently had to become, in order to handle short sales, to be involved in short sales at all, and that's where the owner of the home is asking the bank to take a short payoff on the loan in order to sell the property. I had to become actually certified as a distressed property specialist, and I also had to receive additional training from the company. And these, they also require us to receive additional training every year in really the legal aspects. And we go to school for a couple hours, a couple times a year to learn where the lawsuits are happening, really. And like, for instance, the big hot topic in San Francisco right now is parking. I mean, people are warranted that they can get a parking space, or you'll buy down in...
I tried to sue it.
Case in point.
She goes, your space is one of these. There was
Case
a
in point.
2-year waiting list.
Case in point.
I sold the property.
Okay. Well, I mean, so anyway, so we get briefings on this, and it's very helpful in your development as a professional realtor. So I guess perhaps to encapsulate slightly, Alain Pinel's mission is to give their clients' properties exposure to as large amount of people as possible. Basically, so we know that this house is selling at market. We're trying to get them the highest possible price. We're trying to provide the best possible service at the most reasonable value, we'll call it. We may not always be the cheapest. And our consortium approach allows us to associate clients with the best and most powerful brokerages across the country. As a basis of that, we're the 9th largest real estate company in the United States. Specifically, why I'm there is because I used to work for Pacific Union, and the president of Pacific Union was great, blow up on his name, right? Tim Murray. And Tim Murray went to Alain Pinel to introduce this brokerage branding to San Francisco. And so I heard he was over at this little office in the marina, and the Pacific Union, the office that I was part of, had fallen apart slightly, and I went over there, and he's probably the best manager in San Francisco. We up for time?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.